This is Richard back at you. Today we're working on Alex 2006 GMC four-wheel drive. Now we already did the 4L80E transmission in an earlier video that you guys haven't seen yet, but it is coming. This vehicle come in with a lot of leaks and totally just burnt up. The tranny, third gear, the forward drum was all locked together. You'll be able to see that in our earlier videos. Now it did have leaks everywhere. So now this does have a 261/263 transfer case. Now this is a manual shift style transfer case. You can see here it has a lever right here. Okay. Now when it come in, it had fluid everywhere, and we didn't know what was going on. We did see the leak on the transfer case, but we had, like I said, it had fluid everywhere. Now this is the transfer case and transmission adapter. You can see if you come over here and look real close here, Hayden, excuse me. It was attached here and right here on the corner. You can see how it's been black for a long time through here where it's been broke. So when I went to take it off the transmission, I tapped it with my mallet like that, and it just went doink, it just fell off. So you can't repair that. It's kind of pot metal junk stuff. You just throw it away and get another one. But on the transfer case, this thing had a leak too, and a common problem that they have with the pumps cutting the housing. So if you get over here and look, we have a problem right here. These are bad about pump cutting the tail housing here with the pump, and there's going to be a crack or a little hole right through here. So
I kind of see it right here. Right here. There's a crack right there.
Is it a crack? No, that's just grease there. Now we do have a new cameraman, people. Hayden is at the camera right now. She's about this tall. And you are how old?
9.
9 years old. And she's been wanting to do it for a long time, so we give her the chance to do some video for us. So, well, let's get this thing apart real quick. Some of my tools here, where'd they go? Now, like I said, she's never done this before, and this is their first time. So, we're going to take the seal out of this thing if we can. Normally, they'll come right out. Look at that. What we go through just to get a seal out, guys. Man. That thing was stuck in there like crazy. There was no other way. I mean, it looked like it melted through there. Yeah, it's still attached in here. When we get this out, we have to clean this up really good because it's still attached. If you come over here and look at the new seal kit we have here, don't want to get too dirty. It's just a rubber seal. You don't glue them in or anything, so it must have had some type of reaction or something. But if you look here, real quick, we do have a complete kit here. Got all the seals and gaskets. We have our oil pump case saver. Now we do have a complete kit here. It comes with all the bearings, spacers for the carrier, shift fork inserts and stuff like that. It will not come with a tail housing bushing. You have to order it separately. And we always get another kit that comes with these square white ones here too, instead of just the single moon cut style. So because we don't know what you got until you take it apart. Sometimes it could be both.
Yeah.
So that's what that's like that. So okay, let's get this thing apart.
Switch hands over here.
Huh?
I had to switch hands.
You
This
did?
one started kind of hurting.
It did. Okay, well, I'm going to hurry. Hold it with both hands so you get tired. You wanted to do it. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Like I said, we're not sure what's going to be looking like on the inside of this because it did have a leak and it could have been running low on oil. And we have our output speed sensor here. There's only going to be one since it doesn't have a motor. Normally there's one here. Normally there's one here. So this is just a single application that it's going to read speed sensor off of it only. So that's okay. It's your first time.
Yeah.
Now this is your transfer case range switch. If it's got an actuator up on the front, anything like that. I don't know if this thing's been into before, but man, everything is like the seals are really messed up on this thing. And we'll get our seal right here that seals our snap ring to our it's kind of like a center support bearing. Keeps everything from moving back and forth. Get that where I can see it. Sometimes pretty hard to see.
This is kind of like Operation what you're doing right now.
Kind of like an operation.
Like the game Operation.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get it usually takes a while for you to get all the pieces out.
Yeah. Got to go in there and see what's broken.
Yeah.
Kind of like you said, we're operating on it. We're doing surgery. Yeah, there you go.
Remove the pieces off the
Yep. They got a lot of bolts here.
yeah.
Like I said, this one here is a manual style. You move the lever inside the vehicle. This won't have clutches or anything like that, like an auto transfer case. I still ain't figured out why they put them covers on there. I think it's maybe a computer puts all them bolts in at one time, and that's how they hang on to them or something. So. Now there's a snap ring down in here that's always a train wreck that we always have problems with. Always a fun to deal with. Yeah, they're terrible sometimes. Just trying to stare, come. There we go. Looks like I don't know if this is factory or what that is right there. I've never seen that before. It almost looks like an aftermarket piece, but I'm not for sure. So like I said, we got a new bushing. You can see the bushing's starting to be all pitted up here. You can see where that seal is still got the rubber attached to there on the inside. So I don't know what they put that rear seal in there to have to beat it out like that. That's unbelievable. Normally you can knock that out with like one whack. I mean, it comes around. So, and we got our rear support bearing right here. The snap ring back here in the back of the case there locks onto this bearing and keeps everything from moving right here back and forth. It makes it solid. And we got all new bearings for it. So you can check these and just see if they're wobbly, back and forth, clean them up, see if they roll smooth. But like I said, we got a complete kit over there. We have our rear speedometer reluctor wheel. Then we're going to have our pump here. Now there's going to be an O-ring here. It does come in the kit. If you don't have a kit, don't lose it because it is special. Now, if you look here, let's see if somebody's already been in here and playing around. And they actually have. You can see here they put, this is not factory. The factory one actually sets in the case here and locks onto this little nub right here. So somebody's been in here and put this in there. We're going to put the real McCoy in there. This thing works better than anything. So this is what we're going to be putting in there. And like I said, this is just some type of cheap way to fix something.
I wonder where that green dot came from.
I don't know. They probably, in an inspection, somebody put it together and looked at it and everything, and then he marked it as good. So check bearings here, stuff like that. But mainly we want to come in here and look. You can see here it looks like there might have been some repairing going on here. Let's see, where our hole looks to be right in here. So we have a leak right in here somewhere. So you can see, now this is a magnesium housing. We can't weld it. There's nobody in Amarillo that can weld that as far as I know. Almost, I don't know what they, yeah, they tried to repair it with some type of, some type of epoxy and it just falls off. But that'll all have to be cleaned up. There's a right way and a wrong way to fix that.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't know how to fix
You
it.
can tell where the crack is on there too.
Yeah. Hold that camera steady.
I am.
You are? Okay.
As steady as it can get.
As steady as it can get. Well, that's like what I like to hear. We'll go ahead and pull our engagement collar and stuff off here in our fork. Now see, this fork here is totally different compared to what come in the kit. So even the shift fork inserts, that is totally different. So basically, you have to repair this, you have to buy a fork.
Yeah.
Completely. Your collar, you want to look at it, especially where it locks on through here, stuff like that, because it's going to be,
I just heard some sirens.
you did?
Yeah.
You can see here, it's got a flat side and a pointed side. The pointed side always goes towards the gear.
Okay.
Okay. Now you want to look here too and see if there's any certain direction it needs to go. And on this one it doesn't. It'll go on either way. As I said, it was going to be easy.
Kinda did.
There we go. And see, when it locks on, it will lock on. Like, if I can get it. Yeah, let me see what I got going on. And it still might have to go a certain direction. But on these, I didn't think they did. I thought they would just go one direction. Let's try it again. So if something's not lining up right or something here, I'll have to take it apart and look at it a little bit better. You want to look at our chain.
Pretty big.
Your identification mark is your single blue tab here. Some will have 2 tabs, 3 tabs, purple, depending on. That's your identification mark.
Okay.
We don't see much wear on your sprockets or anything like that. Usually they all look pretty good. Come here and look at your pump suction. Now this thing here, the fluid, if you notice how it has a gray look to it,
Yeah.
right here it looks really gray.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get in here and we're going to find something that's been running metal to metal or aluminum to aluminum.
Okay.
So let's get this apart. Yep. Well, you
Another
can,
fork?
yep, this is your other fork. Now you notice the inserts are broke. See, they're just falling out. Okay. Now the fork still looks to be good. Okay. So we should be able to put inserts in here.
And just
That'll be good.
whatever was back in there and
Yep.
put it back together.
Yep. We're going to look here too and see if any wear here where it locks down in here into the planetary.
Okay.
Let me get that apart really quick. We got our magnet out.
It's pretty dirty.
It is pretty dirty. Yep, there's a lot of ugly stuff coming out, huh?
Yep.
We're going to take our special screwdriver and we're going to get this seal out.
It comes out easily.
It comes out real easy, especially when you have a special tool. Now we're going to get down in here. You see that snap ring?
Yep.
Hold your camera up a little higher because you're awful short. So they can see.
I can still kind of see too.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
Get this snap ring out of there. Come on out.
Oh, yep, I see it.
There it comes.
Coming slowly.
Slowly. They're strong.
Yeah.
Strong clips. Knock that out there. Like say you want to pull your ring gear out, clean all the metal out of there. There'll be a ton of metal behind that ring gear.
You may not want to throw that in there.
No. You see all that metal, huh?
We're going to have to get the squeegee out in a few minutes.
Yep, and the squeegee. I'll let you do that here in a second.
Okay.
So we want to look here. Like I said, we got new tabs in the washers in the kit over there. And there's one on top. Now you can put a double tab on top, but don't put a double tab or a single on the bottom. You can put a double tab on the bottom and the top, but one with no tabs goes on the top. Never put it on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you want to look in here for any type of wear. You'll be able to tell if they use four-wheel drive a lot or anything like that, where this collar locks in. Okay? I mean, you can tell they use it, but it's just mainly a print.
Yeah.
You know, you can see a little bit of chipping right here. So we're going to be looking into that right there. Okay? Not as much on the collar, on the sun gear, excuse me, but more here. That could be from a previous overhaul, or there's no telling. So far, like I said, this foot looks really gray looking, and I haven't seen what made that look like that yet, so we're going to have to find it.
Yeah.
And we're going to look at our planetary gear, make sure there's no wobbling, anything like that.
That kind of looks like just like a little tire.
Yeah. Look in here where your collar locks, stuff like that. So we're going to go through, take this apart, get it all cleaned up really good, and start inspecting parts and stuff like that, see if we can find out why this has a gunmetal gray looking color. You know, somebody could have been in it before, didn't clean it out or nothing. They just threw a part in there, threw a fork in there that was running metal to metal or something before, and that's why it still looks like that. So we really don't know, because the forks all look really good shape. I mean, really looks really good. I'm impressed. So, but anyway, Hayden, I want to thank you for recording. Give me no thumbs up there. She's only about this tall, guys. She's how old again?
9.
9 years old, and she's done a really good job today. I want to thank you, definitely. So we're going to get this back together with all new parts and stuff like that. Go watch the earlier video on the 4L80E that we tore down for this vehicle, and this is the transfer case. So y'all don't forget to subscribe, and have a great weekend, because it's Friday and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We got a long ways to go. Y'all stay tuned. Have a great day.